Alright guys, number one, second bite on a spinnerbait today. Not a monster, got him around a tree, a lay down. I fished all kinds of stuff today, a couple of hours. Hadn't really fished around lay downs, but man, I might need to. Got a bite. Alright, little feller back in there. Wind's trying to put me in the weeds. Done took me way past my lay down. I was gonna throw at it again, so I will have to reposition, ease back up there and hit it again. And then if I don't get one on spinnerbait, I'm gonna throw a worm or a jig or something up here. Let me get back in position, back on my tree, and see if I can't drag another one out or find out if it was a fluke or the only one holding there. I'll be back. Alright guys, they're getting smaller on me, but they are in the wind just like last week. I have got to get in the wind to get a bite. Man, it is tough today. You can't fish just anywhere to kayak when the wind's 10-15 miles an hour, but you got to get where the fish are to get a bite. And my bites are all coming in the worst of the wind. They're on the windy banks, around grass and wood, but they're definitely, I fished a lot of calm water today and I didn't get a strike on anything. They're all in the wind. Cloudy, windy. The spinnerbait I would really thought was going to do better, but you know, these bass, this water's right at 70 degrees. You're going to have a lot of bass pushed way up shallow, probably sitting on beds. I haven't been on this lake. We're on Lake Catoma today. I have not been on this lake in a while, so I wasn't sure about the water temp. Most of the other waters, other lakes I've been on, the water's already been above 70 a lot. This water's sitting anywhere from 69 to 71 degrees everywhere I've been today, so it seems like it's a little cooler than where I've been fishing. So these bass are probably in a little different stage. But man, you gotta, I tried to fish a tree that I got a bite on earlier, and I went back, made a couple of casts, and I was blown about 30 feet down after 2 casts. And I just didn't want to go back and drop an anchor just to throw a worm in it for a few minutes. But I'm slowly making my way back into this pocket, and the wind's slacking back in here, so I'm not really sure this could be a waste of time compared to where my other bites have been. May not, you know, the water may not be right. They may be back in here bedding though. It's a really good little bedding cove. Would not doubt that there's a couple of fish sitting on beds back here. And I've said it before, I don't go target bass on beds in the spring. I might throw it 1 or 2 if I was in a tournament, needed to, you know, try to cash a check. But as a rule, out just fishing, I leave them alone. I let them go through the spawn, make their babies, and we can chase them 2 or 3 weeks down the road after they've done their thing. It's just a personal preference for me. But that's why I don't just get up, beat the bushes to death during the spawn, and fish all the bedding areas and stuff like that. I just kind of leave them to themselves. If I happen up on one, I do. I just don't go targeting them. But trying to cut the camera on, of all things. But man, I found some bait fish. And buddy, I threw up in the bait fish. I hooked this one, he wasn't coming off. Don't know where my pliers are. Right in the middle of the bait fish, and he just knocked socks off of it. But he hooked himself, my little War Eagle spinnerbait. It's got me 3 or 4 today now. One I think came off before he got to the boat. Check him out, ain't that pretty? This fish is kind of scuffed up. Don't know, he's lived hard. Get him back in. See ya. But man, what a fight. I wish I could have got that on the back camera, because he came out of the water a couple times, and I reached for the camera to turn it on like an idiot. I should have known better, and once again I like to lost a rod. He nearly took my rod out. He straightened out and took off, and I nearly he nearly jerked my rod out of my hand. And that usually doesn't happen on a fish that size, but man, these last 2 fish have been extremely strong. I'm gonna have to retie this one. I might just stick this bank all the way back to the truck and see if I can round another one up. He scuffed me up about a foot. I don't know if he hit some rocks or if I was already scuffed up and didn't notice it. But retying your lure, check your line after every single fish. That is the only time I usually ever break off on a fish, is if I get into some rocks or wood and I bump around a lot and I don't check my line often enough. Actually, fighting a fish, I very rarely ever break off. I don't know why. You hear fishermen all the time, oh, he broke me off. Well, the fish doesn't usually break us off. We usually have got pound tests sufficient enough to handle what we're catching. It's usually fishermen's fault when they don't check their line often enough and they get it scuffed up. Anyway, I'm gonna retie, head back down this bank again, see what we can do. I believe I get more helicopters following me fishing than anybody I know. Again. Bass were hitting 35 or 40 yards ahead of me, and about the time the helicopter went through, they went down. Not sure where they went, but I know the bass were pushing these shad up this bank. They had them pinned in up against the bank at one point, and I seem to have lost them. But they were actively chasing bait, which is awesome to find no matter what time of year you're fishing, because that means they're eating. If I could just find that school of shad again, I might get another one. our own rules. We're gonna continue on. Alright guys, it has been a pretty decent day. I've covered a lot of water. Didn't get a lot of fish to show for it. I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 maybe. I had some little ones I didn't show on camera, some little spotted bass. I've kept the camera off for a couple of hours practicing a technique that I don't do very often, and it's a Ned rig. And so I just wanted some practice time, and I caught a lot of little spotted bass, and just not really what I wanted to show. But hey, it's, you know, a bite's a bite, and I showed the largemouth that I did catch today, and I covered some water and looked for new spots. And I'm always trying to learn, and every time I hit the water, try to learn something new. And I caught a couple of fish today in some new spots that I had found the last time I was here, and told myself I was coming back to try them around the spawn, hopefully post spawn. And it just turned out that the wind was on those banks just right today. I'm in a calm spot now where I can talk, but when you get in the calm spots, the fish quit biting. So anyway, it has been a blast. I appreciate you guys so much. I've seen where my subscribers are going up. You guys that watch, if you happen to not be a subscriber yet, hit that button. Helps me in the algorithm. The likes and the shares help me in the algorithm. Even the comments. So even if you don't like something I'm doing, hey, let me know that too. You guys are great. I feel like my channel is really starting to take hold. YouTube is starting to put it out there just a little more. As I get closer and closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, is, you know, a goal that all YouTubers want to make. I believe the algorithm will take hold and put it out there even more. So I appreciate you guys and your support, and hopefully next week we'll get back on. The largemouth bite's going to pick back up hopefully a little bit, and we'll take it 1 week at a time, 1 video at a time, 1 fishing trip at a time. Appreciate you guys going with me, and I'll see you next time. Let's go home and get some supper.